24 years old. I can vote, I can drive, I can technically buy a house, financially not so much. But can I use a jug? That is yet to be seen. I actually quite like cooking. Tell no one. Would I feed it to Gordon Ramsay? Absolutely not. Is it good enough for my whānau? You bet your ass it is. G'day everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm TheMadisonPaige and today I am making a mistake. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I haven't been posting for a few weeks. Some may say a month. The reason for that being, I ran out of ideas. I said when I first came back that I only had enough ideas to make it through a month. I finished those ideas, and rather than try and churn out some shit, I decided to take a step back and really sort of evaluate what it is that I wanted to do next. So what does a 24-year-old unemployed woman pretending to think of video ideas do? I binge watched Taskmaster. For those of you unfamiliar with the show, 5 comedians are set difficult and often embarrassing tasks by Alex Horn and Greg Davies. The best or fastest completion of these tasks earns you 5 points, second place gets 4, third place gets 3, so on and so forth, and the comedian with the most points at the end of the show wins a selection of prizes, usually not very good ones. During my first watch of the show, the first series, the comedians that were on at the time were set a task to make a meal using ingredients that begin with every letter of the alphabet. As I was watching them make their list of ingredients, I thought to myself, oh, I can do this. And right as I got to the letter N in my own list, it dawned on me, this would make a great video idea. I'm already watching it and I'm having a great time. So I made my list and I did my shopping off camera, but before we jumped straight into cooking, I wanted to go over the rules of the task that I set myself. First off, once I made the list, I could not stray from the list, no use of ingredients outside of the list. Seasonings are included, which means unfortunately there are not many of them. I can use one ingredient for multiple courses, and finally there is no time limit because I'm disabled and I need to be able to do things in a time that is comfortable for me. My taste testers this evening will be my whānau, however, because I don't want to pressure them to be on camera, I will be taking a BuzzFeed Unsolved approach, so you will just be seeing a black screen with some words and hearing their thoughts over top. But let's get started with the first course. Okay, for appetizers, everybody will be getting focaccia bread that I will be brushing with a vegetable oil and Italian seasoning mix, as well as mini quiches. Okay, for your first course, I have focaccia bread toast and a mini quiche.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Would you like a fork?
No, I'm fine.
Delicious.
The bread is nice. Yep.
Good toast. Would you like your wine? In case anybody was wondering, I did eat these. Fortunately for me, as someone who is not a huge fan of quiche, there were only 3 of them in the ready-made pack, which is not cheating, by the way. In this scenario, I happen to be both task taker and task giver, and I said so. Next course. For mains this evening, I am doing chicken thighs, roast veggies on a bed of kale chips. I just want to be clear, I usually season my food more than this, but I'm following the rules I set for myself. Now as part of the main, I'm going to prepare some kale chips. Starting off our roast veggies, we have asparagus, now I'm going to add a bit more vegetable oil, for the dressing for the main, I need half a cup of yogurt. At the same time that I put the kale chips in, I'm going to be adding some unsalted cashews to the roasted veggies to add a little bit of crunch, and also because I needed a U. Okay Nanny, for your main course, it is chicken and roasted veggies and kale chips with a yogurt dressing.
Oh, yummy. Thank you. Yummy.
It took forever to get it right. That looks like beetroot. How are the kale chips?
They're actually really nice.
My only problem with this course is I made entirely too much of it. I carefully measured the kale, I made sure I had the exact right amount of chicken, but the vegetables were still going through the leftovers. Don't even get me started on the obscene amount of dressing I made. Moving on. Okay, I'm gonna get started on the jelly. And now I'm going to let it cool and then pop it in the fridge. Okay, so for the final course, dessert, we have the jelly, but to make it a little bit more fancy, I am going to be melting some Nutella and some white chocolate, and you'll see what I do with them. And then for your third course, jelly with Nutella and white chocolate.
Oh, yummy.
It's not as pretty as I intended it to be, but it should still taste nice.
Mm-hmm. Mmm.
Delicious?
It's lovely.
Delicious or just jelly?
It's good.
So there we have it, a 3-course meal. Just to confirm I completed the task, here is the alphabet by me. Asparagus, beetroot, chicken thighs, some dill, eggplant, focaccia bread, garlic, some honey, and Italian seasoning, jelly, kale chips, lemon juice, mushrooms, some Nutella, onion, potato, quiches, radishes, salt, Tuscan seasoning, unsalted cashew, vegetable oil, white chocolate, yogurt, zucchini. But Madison, what about X? I'm so glad you asked. X Wine by Sarah Jessica Parker. The entire alphabet in one meal, plus drink. You're welcome. Let's head back to my whānau for some final thoughts. How was your meal this evening?
It was beautiful, thank you.
Which of the 3 courses was your favourite?
Dessert.
And could you tell the theme of your meal this evening?
No, what was the theme?
I used one ingredient from every letter of the alphabet. How was your meal this evening?
It was
It was good.
Which was your favourite course?
Probably the first one.
Yeah, me too. I like the green.
And even though you just heard what the theme was this evening, and I'm pretty sure I told you earlier, were you able to tell?
Oh, you told me once. But other than that, no.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to tell either if you didn't tell me.
As for my final thoughts, it was fun. It was fun. Would I do it again? No. I was in a lot of pain the next day from standing for so long. If I'd taken a second to think about anything other than the task, I probably would have taken a chair in with me. But I didn't. To clarify as well, I am not a chef. Most of my cooking is self-taught from when I lived on my own. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it's not super long. I'm trying really hard not to revert back to crazy long videos, but here we are. Peace. Bye.